News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. You're watching KPVM News 46 at 5 with Rick Vale and Rhonda Van Winkle. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, April 27th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. Topping our news this evening, the town board met last night on agenda number 9 regarding consideration of building Last Chance Park, which is slated to be located in the area of Bella Vista and Banovich. The discussion was of a challenge letter needed to try and avoid a $10,000 possible fee to mitigate with the Bureau of Land Management since Indian artifacts have been found on the property.
We are asking us to table making a decision on this and actually go move forward with a challenge.
To accept the Bella Vista property and not to exceed $10,000, and also to direct staff to move forward with challenging the mitigation and include Mr. Adams and Mr. Hackley from the Public Lands Advisory Board in that effort.
Motion is to accept Bella Vista and Banovich not to exceed $10,000 and to move forward with the challenge and approve Mr. Hackley and Mr. Adams to that committee.
Looking at what you're trying to forego with the mitigation of the $10,000, because the land is federal land, you're going to have to do mitigation. There's no way around it. You can challenge it, yes. You're going to get denied a challenge. You'll have to do that, and then you're going to open up the doors for a lot of different issues. Perhaps one of the issues in question for the particular site that you're looking at, there's known archaeological sites there that are eligible under Section 106 that will that will require mitigation, that will require additional fence, which would potentially bring in issues of NAGPR, the Native American Graves Protection Repatriation Act of 1990. Then tribes will have to be involved with the not only the mitigation but the monitoring, potential repatriation, and so there's going to have to be some give and take and costs that's going to have to be considered under that.
This mountain has been known sacred to our people, the Native Americans, and we believe it's sacred and it means a lot to us. You can't see what it means to us because you don't believe in it. But I just want you to see that you guys doing this to the mountain is like me coming in here burning a Bible in front of you. It's just disgraceful. Thank you.
What you're going up against here, what agencies you're going up against? You got federal, you got state, you got BLM, you got National American Graves Registration. I mean, what do you think you're going to do? These people are not going to roll over, and it's going to cost you a lot of money.
All right, we have a motion to accept the Bella Vista property, Bella Vista at Banovich, not to exceed $10,000, and to move forward with a challenge and approve Mr. Hackley and Mr. Adams to that board.
The board did vote 3-2 to move forward with the challenge letter to BLM, again in order to avoid a possible $10,000 fee for mitigation. It sounds like it might be a controversial subject.
Absolutely. I heard that they actually found remains there or something like that. Is that
yeah, some bones there that seem to be Native American, so
oh, wow.
not sure exactly what that suggests.
Folks, last evening, News 46 visited the Pahrump Museum to hear U.S. Congressmen speak about Yucca Mountain. Yucca Mountain has been a source of great controversy locally and nationally, as you may already know, and the congressmen are interested in how Pahrump and other local areas in Nevada feel about the now aborted project.
About today, and why did you tour the Yucca Mountain today?
Well, first, addressing Yucca Mountain, it's a national treasure. We spent $14.5 billion. I visited it 10 years ago. Of course, it's under some stress with the president and the majority leader trying to starve it. It's important for the entire nation, and we need to move forward. And for the life of me, with the job situation in Nevada, it's really makes sense. Now, the stop here was to hear from the people who live closest to Yucca Mountain, most of the counties that surround the site, and their plea to let the process move forward. Don't let politics stop the process. Let the process move forward so the NRC makes this decision, and we'll live by that. This is something that the national government, the ratepayers, and the federal government, $14.5 billion. In this political environment, for the nation to see this investment and the science behind it to just be thrown away, no wonder they question the political system of our country today.
Do you think this will take an act of Congress to start storing at Yucca Mountain, and do you think we can get the Democrats to go along with this in the near future?
Well, I do know that from the House Republican majority, this is not a done issue, and there's a lot of tools that we have to continue to raise this issue. I think the vast majority of members of the House are going to send a pretty clear signal that this is in the national interest for the safety and security of our country, especially when you have 69 sites across the country, many located in major metropolitan areas where we're storing high-level nuclear waste in pools, very similar to what's going on in Japan. The public is awakened. We've done all this investment. That will be our argument, and then we'll have to use the political environment and the citizens to try to fight some very powerful elected officials who are blocking this. It is the right place at the right time, and we need to move forward.
And of course, we probably should thank those congressmen for coming all the way out here to Pahrump.
Absolutely.
To see how we feel about that.
Absolutely, yeah. We know that everybody out here has their own opinion about Yucca Mountain, but it's very important that we do figure out what we're going to do with the thing.
I guess so. Well, we're not allowed to have an opinion.
That's right.
Not here at the news desk. So after the break, we'll hear more on Yucca Mountain.
And we'll also visit last night's memorial service for fallen deputy Ian Deutsch.
We'll have all this and more coming up after the break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Affiliated Physical Therapy. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain.
Welcome back to News 46. In connection with last night's visit with the congressman, it was Assistant County Manager Darrell Lacey and Nye County Commissioner Gary Hollis who met in Washington, D.C., asking the congressman to revisit the Yucca Mountain project and to research how surrounding areas would feel about the jobs that would be made available from Yucca Mountain.
Into here today, a really good meeting for Nye County and about Yucca Mountain. How did this come about?
Well, there's been a lot of issues in regards to shutting down Yucca Mountain. The change in the House of Representatives, where the Republicans took control back at the beginning of the year, has kind of brought it to the forefront that, in general, the Republicans want to make sure that we move forward with Yucca Mountain, that especially after the Japanese disaster of a few weeks ago.
Gary, how did you get such powerful people to come out here to Pahrump and piggyback on their trip here?
Back, I think it was in February, I had the pleasure of having breakfast with the chairman, Simkus, in Washington, D.C., and I invited him to come out again and get a tour of the mountain if he could make that happen. My staff has been working on getting resolutions to his people. I think that really Congressman Shimkus took this on his own. He wanted to bring his ranking member and one of his members of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and he wanted to bring them out here and show them that, you know, there is no work out there. It is shut down. If you believe that there's workers out there, I'm going to show you different. So I have to give the credit to the congressman.
Gary, how do you think it was accepted by the people that were here and the surrounding counties?
I think it's going to be overwhelmingly supported in this county and all the counties that border the Yucca Mountain project, with the exception of Clark County. But I really believe that Yucca Mountain can be handled, constructed, and operated safely.
Well, I think if there's one thing that was given to the congressional delegation loud and clear was that let's move on with the licensing. Let's let the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, who are the independent bodies of experts, look at the science that's been done on Yucca Mountain and make a determination whether it can be done safely. And I think that was unanimous from everyone here.
Absolutely. It was get the politics out of the picture. Let's do the science and then make a decision.
Everything has a disturbance on the land. Everything has an environmental cost. But like I say, we think that the nuclear has to be part of the mix, and if we have nuclear, we need a repository like Yucca Mountain.
It's been 1 year since the death of Nye County Deputy Ian Deutsch, and last night a memorial service was held in his honor.
I want to thank you for being here and for sharing with us, the members of this family, Nye County Sheriff's Office, this memorial observation. It's a year ago today that a young life was taken from us. Policing is an honorable profession and a dangerous one. And in our profession to be successful, we need great people and we need leaders. Ian was that individual. Hal Janine once said, performance stands out like a ton of diamonds. And he also said, leadership is practiced, not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. And Ian indeed had all those qualities and more. Every time I look at Ian's photo, I think of him. I think of how incredibly young he was and how much he had accomplished in his short life. His loss is one that's felt by all of us, especially his family. And even a year later, the wound of his loss cut us deeply and left a scar in our hearts. Our community lost a great protector. Our office lost a brother. Ian's family lost a son, a brother, a husband, and a father. It is hard to make sense of it. 2 years coming back on the job, and he was taken from us. I don't think we ever will make sense of it. I believe that Ian would want us to go on and remember him for all he meant to us.
And there is no greater sacrifice in the life of a warrior.
Thank you all for coming to the Ian Deutsch Government Complex in honor of my brother, Ian Deutsch. My name is Richard Deutsch, I am his older brother. And today we're going to be remembering him.
And be it further resolved that the Frump Government Complex will hereafter be known as the Ian Deutsch Government Complex, approved by the Nye County Board of County Commissioners the 17th day of May, 2010. It's my great honor on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners to present you a copy of this resolution.
I'm here with Susie Deutsch, Ian's mother. We just had the 1-year anniversary. We had a candlelight vigil here at the Ian Deutsch Government Complex.
And it was a wonderful vigil. Everybody was here and drew a lot of emotions.
It really did, didn't it? I know that your son Jay spoke up and kind of emceed the whole event.
Yes, he did, and he did a great job. He controlled his emotions a lot better than I would have. I would have been a puddle.
Talking a little bit about Pahrumph's reaction to losing our deputy and been named a hero in our town. And Ian is somebody that people kind of look at as their own now.
Ian was a hero. He was my own hero. He was my little guy. And, I mean, he was the baby. He was...
Wow, it's really hard to believe that it's been a full year since he passed away.
I know, I can't believe it. It feels more like what you were saying while we were watching, like it's been maybe 6 months.
It does feel like 6 months, and I couldn't believe you've been here over a year.
I know, right? I've been October '09. I started working here, and I was here for that, and now here for the 1 year anniversary of it. It's really something.
It is.
It's very sad.
It is.
Yes.
Well, on a good note, we do have a new show that's coming to Channel 46.
Absolutely, we do. It's the Righteous Rock Show, and it's here, and it brings back the glory days of music television, like MTV. You know, like when they actually played music videos.
Right, I do remember that. When I was a teenager, they played a lot of videos. Now they just have a lot of
other stuff.
Reality TV is. They do a lot of that now.
Unscripted television, I believe, is the official term.
Okay.
Well, we've got actual music videos for you, and we spoke to show host TJ Rocker.
Last Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock, the Righteous Rock Show. We play the only rock that's right. Everything from Angelica to Zion. We're also preparing to do interviews now and possibly live, bringing the artists live in the studio.
Wonderful. How's the show been going?
Excellent. The flyers are at Cup of Faith Christian Bookstore and also Master Tech Computers. Also it carries our flyers, so if you want to pick one up, and also join us on Facebook at Righteous Rock Show Nation.
Do you guys have a site on our website for people to watch your past shows?
We are starting one this upcoming show at the end of April. The first show we couldn't do it because at the time it wasn't, my account wasn't long enough, and I had one video in there that unfortunately one of the record labels didn't want it played. So everything that I play, I have written permission from the artist. So
if people want to watch you, they can go on the KPVM.TV site and see this. Hopefully we'll have a tab right there so they can watch some of your previous shows. Are you being placed on YouTube right now?
Yes, I have a show on YouTube. Go to the channel Righteous Rock Show, all one word, and you'll see all the past and current videos and interviews from the show.
So how can people watch your show? What time is it again?
It's last Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. It's actually sponsored by One Man's Faith. We're under One Man's Faith.
And you are bringing kind of Christian rock, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, only Christian rock, only biblically based Christian rock, Petra, many more, but all of it's Christian based. Very family-friendly show.
Is there a way for people to contact you?
Yeah, at the Righteous Rock Show on Facebook, and also YouTube and at the station.
All right. Well, thanks for speaking with us, and thanks for being part of the KPVM family.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This is my creed. And the Earth Day celebration was held this past weekend, and News 46 spoke to George Sossman.
Part of the Nuclear, Environmental, Waste, and Management Board for the Town Advisory Board.
And tell me a little bit about this Earth Day event, what we're doing here today.
Okay, basically what we do is we go around the town and we try and get people who are interested in Earth Day and various aspects of it, like the people that have built the Volt car and the Crucius car, the people that are doing solar cooking, solar heating. We had a Stirling engine there for a while. We do the things with, Salt Cedar, and we have all the people from 4-H and from the colleges, from Great Basin College here in town, and from UNLV. And these are people who either volunteer to provide us with things for Earth Day, or are actually putting some stuff together like for powwow, where they get to advertise their things. And we have just in general what it takes to be environmentally friendly and what we can do to help the rest of the earth, and that's kind of what our mission is that we're environmentalists, that are interested in using people to do it. We do a lot of recycling and things like that.
Well, how many years have we been doing this?
This was set up by Mary Wilson 11 years ago. Okay, I've been involved with it for 3 years now.
We have the Pahrump Town cleanup coming up.
Yep, that's going to be on the 7th, and people can sign up for the cleanup now, and they can sign up at the Chamber of Commerce. They can call John, they can call me whenever they want to, and we'll get them on the list, and which starts at 7 o'clock in the morning on the 7th, and we go by different streets. Okay.
What's your number?
775-513-4469.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
And boy, it's been pretty windy today. Well, not today, but yesterday it was pretty windy. Today was actually not so bad.
Not so bad. It was supposed to be windy.
It was supposed to be windy. And that's the thing about windy weather out here in Pahrump, is it's always evolving and it's always alive, like its own little entity. We say it's going to be 40 miles per hour the next day, and then the next day it's 10. It's just, you know, frustrating the way the wind always shifts on us. It is. It's alive. It really is like a fire. It just kind of lives and breathes and does whatever it wants. And the best we can do to try is maybe try to predict what it's going to be like. And I'm going to do a little bit more of that for you right after the break. We'll have a look at your 7-day forecast. Please keep it here.
46 Weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. We had a sunny day today, high of 81 degrees. Winds out of the south-southwest at about 16 miles per hour. Our pressure on the barometer leveled off at right around 30.14. Sunrise was at 5:56 a.m. and our record high was 96, back in 96. Now looking at tonight, it's going to be clear yet again for us, a low of 53 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at about 11 miles per hour. Sunset will be at 7:28 p.m. and our record low was 29 degrees back in 1964. Moving on to our 7-day forecast, looks like tomorrow's going to have a gusty day for us. 32 mile per hour winds expected, a high of 89, a low of 55. Friday, very windy for us, 41 mile per hour gusts expected, but temperature's okay, a high of 78 with a low of 38. Saturday, the weekend, 29 mile per hour gusts, a high of 72 and a low of 40. Sunday, the winds are probably going to be around 18 miles per hour as far as gusts are concerned, a high of 78 and a low of 42. Monday, you're looking at winds again, 24 mile per hour gusts. Winds aren't going anywhere for us. A high of 84 and a low of 46. Tuesday, right before hump day, 25 mile per hour gusts expected, a high of 86 and a low of 50. And finishing off our 7-day forecast, next Wednesday, hump day, looking at windy, about 15 mile per hour gusts expected, a high of 89 and a low of 61.
Now we have some announcements for you.
That's right. Anyone who uses Healthcare Partners, formerly Specialty Medical Centers, or Advanced Medical here in Pahrump and are on HPN or Senior Dimensions health insurance plans, there is an informational meeting at the Pahrump Nugget at 6 p.m. tonight to get the scoop on this contractual mess.
And tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m., Humana representatives will be at the Senior Center located at 1300 West Basin Avenue to answer any questions on their health care plans. You can call 727-5008 for more information.
And Friday at Desert View Hospital, located at 360 Lola Lane, there will be a community health fair with no cost immunizations available for children up to age 6 and free TDAP shots for 6th and 7th graders. Not to mention vision, dental, and hearing screenings for children, along with dental fluoride treatments for children. And for adults, there will also be free TDAP shots and flu shots.
Goodness, they have a lot going on there.
Lots of freebies, lots of free shots. I hope they're giving out lollipops too, or cookies. Isn't that what you get when you get a shot?
When I was a kid, we did.
Right.
We always got
that's
our lollipops.
So hopefully you'll get lollipops with those shots too. I don't know.
Don't make promises you can't keep. All right, well, they're also celebrating their 5th anniversary, and they would like to invite the entire community to join them for lunch between noon and 2 p.m. And for more information, you can call James at 751-7120. Again, that's 751-7120. And they tell me to please plan to attend for all of you out there.
Please plan on it. And folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the Hill of KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Pahrump.
Good night.